Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the call. Follow up Friday. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Follow up everybody talk to you about the business. So let's take a roll. Let's look here. Let's see what we got on the call today. Oh, Miss Melissa Vaughn. Good morning. Good seeing you, young lady. Miss Kohara over in Japan. Wow, Japan this morning. Thank you so much. You're always so faithful on the call. Thank you, dear, for joining in the call. I'm putting my cufflinks on if you wonder what I'm doing. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Miss Ashley, good morning. Miss Belize, Belinda Belize, thank you so much for joining. Mr. Bill Howard, thank you for joining. Miss Caroline Baker, thank you for being on the call this morning. Mr. Chris Conte and Mr. Chris McDowell, thank you so much. Mr. Daryl Ranson, thank you so much out in Nashville, Tennessee. Mr. Dave Culver, the professor, is on the call today. Frank and Patricia Bowman up in Elk Grove, California, thank you so much. Ms. Gail Gunn, thank you so much. Mr. Jeremy Lush, good seeing you, sir. Mr. Harris Mills, good morning, good morning. Miss Lisa, good morning. Oh, Mr. Payon, good morning, sir, out in Japan. Wow, I love it. Woo, Miss Castro in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you, dear. Miss Marie, Marcia Carter, thank you so much. Miss Patricia Robinson in Oakland, California. Queen V out in New York, thanks for being on the call today. And Miss Martinez out in Iowa. Good morning, young lady. It's always good seeing your happy, smiling face, even though it's a picture, and I know you're at work. Mr. Edmund Smith, thank you so much. Miss Joyce Brewer, thank you so much. Who else do I see out there? Mr. Dwayne, good morning, sir. I'm gonna flip through the screen. Oh my God, Regional Director, Miss Darlene Evans. Wow, good morning, good morning. Another Regional Director, Miss Natasha Ismail. Wow, thank you so much. Woo, Mr. Regional Director, Mr. Julian Lewis, who will be with us all next month, every Tuesday. Good morning, sir. Lord have Miss Graham. What are you eating, young lady? That looks good. She's already eating and cutting, man. I tell you what. Mr. Tim up in Minnesota, thank you for joining. Mr. Thomas, Brother Thomas, Pastor Thomas down in Dallas, Texas area. Thank you so much. God bless you. And congratulations on your new IBO. Oh, Miss Beach, you outside? Huh? Oh, I like that purple shirt, Miss Beach. Good morning. Hey. Mr. Ismael, ¿qué pasó, señor? Mr. Carter at his desk out in San Diego. Thank you. Miss Jessica, thank you, dear, for joining as well. Man, look at this. Beautiful. Oh, Miss Jennifer Dole, my God, don't you look gorgeous today? I like that top on. Oh, Miss Celia out in Woodland, California. Thank you so much, Mr. Evans Smith. Kathleen, good morning, good morning. Oh, we got a regional vice president. Oh my God, Miss Ismail, would you do the introductions on our regional vice president that we have on the call? Mr. Chester, good morning. Miss Tracy Gilmore, good morning. Mr. Bill Howard, good morning.
So welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Carmona, Regional Vice Presidents out of San Diego and everywhere else in the world. Welcome. I believe Miss Jocelyn Driscoll, Regional Vice President, will be joining us shortly as well.
All the regional vice presidents have been acknowledged. Thank you so much. Miss Kimberly Marie, congratulations. Thank you. Miss Gail Gunn, thank you so much for joining. Miss Anna, did I miss her? Miss Anna, thank you for being on the call. Another regional director, Miss Evelyn Phipps down in San Diego, California. Thank you so much for joining on the call. All right. Oh, Miss Eileen in San Diego. How you doing, young lady? Thank you so much. Alicia, thank you so much for joining. Mr. Winston Herbert, good morning, good morning, good morning. Dominic Young, our school teacher up there in Nashville, Tennessee. Fernando, ¿qué pasó, señor? Miss Elizabeth, thank you so much for joining. Wow, Mr. Michael Jenkins, handsome young man, good, good, good. Rose Guerrero, Chris Green, regional directors did a wonderful 1 through 10 last night. OMG. Miss Reed, thank you for joining us. Miss Parker, thank you so much for joining us. Wow. I'd like to thank all the people on the call today. Don't forget tonight at 6 o'clock, we have Al's Happy Hour. Al's Happy Hour is called Ask Al. Tonight at 6, we're going to have a lot of fun tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Tomorrow night at 6 is a leadership, and then Sunday night at 6 is a training, and Miss Perla Bernal will be doing that for us on Sunday. Grant, Mr. Grant, thank you so much for joining on Sunday. All right, let's get in here and see where is Mr. Nelson. Has he joined us yet? Give me a thumbs up, Miss Ismail, once he come on board. Is he on board yet? He's not on board. Wow, okay, well, I tell you what we're gonna do. I just texted him to remind him a few minutes ago. So therefore, I'm gonna have to switch the game plan up. Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. So what I'm gonna talk about today? Now I'm not gonna, I wanna go into a couple things. Uh-oh, was that him? Hopping on now. Okay, he's hopping on right now. Just text me because I was about ready to take a message. I've been preparing for a couple days and unleash it, but I have to wait. I'll have to wait. So, tomorrow night, I've got a great leadership tomorrow night at 6. And Sunday, Ms. Pearl Bernal, we're doing our training on the product service. And then tonight, happy hour. Let's see if he's on. Hey, folks, real quickly, I'd like to thank all the speakers this week. Monday, we start off with Miss Jocelyn Driscoll on Monday. Oh, my God, amazing. On Tuesday, who do we have on Tuesday? On Tuesday, we had a great, wonderful call on Tuesday. We played back the training that the Kings did on Sunday. And then Wednesday, we had the home office of Mr. Anthony Miles Wood. And it's all go back to our site, go back to Destiny International, to the subscribe page and subscribe, get all the training that we did. And then yesterday, Throwback Thursday with Mr. Dean Torelli was amazing. He knocked it out the park. And he actually just dropped the mic on everybody last night too. So that was a great call. So today, let's see if Mr. Nelson's on. And like I said, tonight at 6, he's not on. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna get into some stuff here. Let's talk about how you can be used. I want to talk about that because a lot of times, let me get my notes out because I've got some notes on that. I took some notes the other day that I thought was very powerful. And in essence, 1 second, let me grab them. Hold on 1 second before Mr. Nelson. You know, a lot of times we don't understand the power of who we are. We think we have to be perfect to be used in this business called network marketing, or we don't understand that we are just perfect the way we are. And I'm going to tell you something that I was thinking on and praying on the other day, how it was very powerful for me to be used. See, as I go back, and I'm not going to get religious on anybody, but I just want to, because I do research the Bible. I do a lot of reading and studying. It's called BIBLE, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. And you know what? We think we have to have everything in ACN in duck soup order to take it and run with it. We think it's got to be perfect. We think we got to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Because as I was thinking and praying the other day, I noticed that throughout the Bible, just different people that the good Lord used that are not perfect. And what I mean by that, not perfect, is he on? Okay, he's on. I mean, y'all got saved right there. I was going to teach and preach at the same time. Well, without further ado, the man of the hour, let me tell you about this young man. He was an ACN before I got an ACN. He was already had a big organization. He was on his way. He was revered as one of the star leaders in ACN. He built a big organization. And I go back to being a father, a community leader. He's also a thought leader for today, a mentor to so many. He has several SVPs and RVPs in his organization, and we hung out in the Bahamas together and spent some time together. But his graduation, his promotion, SVP had to be the one off the top. Martin Cerruto, in my opinion, was number 2, but this young man's promotion was over the top. You know, he had Mr. Marvin Sapp sing a gospel singer, sing a song, the whole. I mean, that whole place was crying and rocking. I mean, you could feel it. You could feel the spirit. Anyway, he also is standing next to him, Mr. Les Brown, his other spiritual coach and father. He hangs out at Nectar Island with Richard Branson. He's hanging out with the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. And just a great guy once you get to know him because he loves teaching more than anything. I think he loves teaching more than he loves eating. Without further ado, my dear friend, Mr. Byron Nelson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. I want to hear what you were saying. And you were about to go into the Bible and touch you were pulling the note. I was like, oh, I've been on. It's just under a different name. What were you going to share? Just break down the basics of that because I want them of what you're about to share. Just the basics. Because I'm going to hear.
The basic was how you could be used. Even in ACN, we think we got to be perfect. We got to line up all the duck soup order, all the customers, all the IBO. You know, in the Bible, look, Jacob was a cheater. Peter had a temper. David had an affair. It doesn't make a difference who you are. Noah was drunk. Joshua ran from God. Paul was a murderer. So don't tell me you can't be used in ACN. Gideon was insecure, and Marina was a gossiper. Martha was a worrier. Thomas was a doubter. So God uses whoever he calls. And a lot of times we think we have to have everything in order to be successful. Let me line my customers up. Let me get my list together. Let me figure it all out before I go do it. No, just do it and learn as you go. You know, Thomas was a doubter. Martha was a warrior. Sarah was impatient. Elijah was very moody. Mary Magdalene was a hooker. Stuttered. Zechariah was too short. Abraham was too old. Lazarus was dead. So how did you say you can't be using a great way in AC to build a great team when all these things everybody had against them, God still used them? And that's the whole idea. God does not call the qualified. Let me say that again. He does not call the qualified. He qualifies the call. That's my message going to be on the call. He qualified the call. He knows who you are. You're not perfect, but God has a plan for you to be big in this business. And it's all about he's qualifying you right now on this call to be somebody significant and important. And that's all I'm going to leave right now, Mr. Byron Nelson. I'm going to put it back in your hands.
I love it. I love it. I just love hearing you talk. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Like a little kid this morning. I've been up. I mean, I just so excited. It's an honor for those of you who are on for the first time. I don't know if you're a first timer, you're a last timer. We don't know. We pray it's not your last time, but you know what? We told you not to do drugs, but you know, we never know what's going to happen to you. You know, they got this new thing called the Witness Protection Program. People just kind of disappear. And I want to tap into that, but before I do that, I'd be dismissed and just not, it wouldn't be correct for me, not for you guys to really, and you can write this down. There's the two things that make you the most amount of money is edification and fear of loss. And edification is not edify, it's edify. And when I speak of Mr. Al Thomas and I tell you that he is a big brother, he's a surrogate brother, he's a spiritual brother, he is a mentor to me. He is just somebody that is just connected at the soul, which is why I commit to doing this call. As someone who I just truly love. And that's part of the foundation of doing this business is he's revered as a father. He's revered as a business person. He's sought after all over the world. He has built a global platform on more than one, if not two or three or four different international businesses. And I think it's taken for granted. You know, one of the greatest challenges is that we get into, and you want to write this down, I call it where, God, I wonder if I could get it. God, I'm going to bring you next Friday. I have a piece of artwork that I need to take a snapshot and show it to you guys. I did an artwork. It took me over 2 years to complete. And it is a complete journey of life. And it really, it takes you up a mountain. It has a city called Excusitis. It has another town that's actually called and filled with, procrastination, where people get stuck. It has a funnel of people that's called a diseased mind. It's a beautiful piece that I keep as soon as I walk into my office. And one of the most dangerous places, if you've ever been to a terrain or a jungle, is where they have quicksand or sinkholes. If you've been in Florida or certain parts of the, down in different parts of the world. And I believe that the sinkhole or the quicksand is really what you call the land of the familiar. When you become so familiar with your upline that you forget who they are to you. They were placed in your life. Like I'm seeing some amazing leaders on here and the Carmonas and Julian Lewis, and from just what I can see on the screen, that are plugging in. You forget some of these individuals that were put, from an Al Thomas staying at the platform at the height of this peak of the mountain. They were placed in your life as a navigation system, not to sit there and console your excuses. And we because they show up in the form as a familiar, a friend, a family, someone who cares, you miss the direction. And you start listening with a filter. And it's one of the biggest mistakes one can make, because for many of you on this call, your goals and dreams and aspirations of destination could actually be cut down to at least 1/6 of the time it's taking you to get there if you respected the gift that was given to you. It's like God giving you a gift. He started off with understanding the Bible and the navigation and the tool book. If you respected the gift that was given to you and didn't get comfortable with your emotions about how it's showing up. Some people, they fall in love with their upline. Some people don't like their upline. Some people got, where in life, at what point did you feel you were entitled to an opinion? I mean, at what point well, I don't like my upline. Your upline cannot make any money unless you win. Well, my upline, we just too close. Then get the hell, move away. Do something, call them 6 months. If I got somebody that's in my organization on this phone and you feel close to me and you aren't listening, don't call me for 6 months and see how you do. And did you see me laugh? Just don't call me for 6 months. I promise you will come back wanting to know how to win. Go do it on your own, because you're doing it on your own anyway, utilizing the system and the support as an excuse for it's just, well, it's my life, or, well, it's the support. Just go do it on your own. I'm hoping to see you again. But the reality of that is, if you're going to quit, you're going to quit anyway. One of my favorite questions when I sit down with a person that gets started in the business, I sit down, and as I sit there, I ask them, what is your IQ level? You're like, what, my IQ level? Am I supposed to be intelligent to do this? No, I want to know your I quit level so I can quit before you. I just want to know. And here's what's really dangerous about the quicksand. People actually quit before their physical body leaves. They don't know that they've quit. They actually think because they're on this call, they're still in the business. They actually think because they went to a national, they're still in the business. They actually think because they keep talking to their familiar leader, they're still in the business. And they've lost the power of focus. You see, if you're why, that's why the 90-day, I talked about this last week, you have to have a 90-day emergency plan for everybody that gets started in this business. I'm telling you, it is the most incredible thing you can do for a person in the business, is give them a 90-day emergency plan. Now, for the leaders that are on the call, and you have some people that are aligned to you, if you're RDing up, and here's the call to action. Reach out to the leader, your RD or above, and say, I'm ready to play the game. But don't just do that, because I'm going to coach the leaders on what to do. If somebody says, I'm ready to play the game, and you're an RD above, you have to give them a 30-day emergency plan with a 2-week qualifying plan. I'm going to say that again. If you've been in the business past 90 days, I want you to call after this call your upline and say, I'm ready to make money. Because your intentions are to make money. That's why you're on the call. But I found out intentions don't pay the bills. So I want you to reach out to your upline and tell them, I'm ready to play the game and make some money. We're going to push reset. We aren't going to make you wrong for what you didn't do for the last 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years of your life. Because we're blessed that you're still standing and you didn't get caught up in the quicksand, and we still can see you. So we still love you. We will come and throw you a vine. But if you start pulling us into the quicksand before we pull you out, we're going to have to put our foot on your head and stomp you in the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game for everybody today to push reset. And for the leaders, RD and above, if you reach out to an RD or above, that means you have a 30-day emergency plan. But you have to qualify for that 30-day emergency plan in 2 weeks. You know what that does? That gives you foundation, that gives you momentum, that gives you an extraordinary plan for what? To close out the month of August, because September doesn't exist. But if you create the momentum, because this is the mindset of a crazy SVP, if you create the massive momentum in the last 2 weeks of August, the rest of your life will look gorgeous going into 2021. If you do not take advantage of these 2 weeks going into September, excusitis, the disease, will be worse than COVID in your entire life for the rest of 2021. Why? Because you're going into September, October, November, and December. You're going into the height of all the reasons to fail, and that's the season we're going into. You're going into the height of it. Kids got to go back to school. Oh, okay, we got to, right now it's Halloween. It's Halloween. You've been having a mask on the whole year. Can we take it off? Can we take the mask off and stop lying to everybody? You've been wearing a mask all year like it's just now Halloween on the 3rd. No, it's not. And you'll create massive momentum so you can have September, October, November, and December to set yourself up for a bonanza financially. Mentally, you have to go to work for the next 2 weeks. So if you've been in for and so to the leaders that are the RDs and above, their job is to go and fight for you for 2 weeks, but leave you where you are if you don't fight back in those 2 weeks. Because going into, now we're looking at September 1st, we don't have time to be looking back trying to save somebody while we're being chased by a shark at the same time. It's like, maybe I should, oh, hell no, I'm out. Is that making sense? Nod your head if this is making sense. You guys follow me on this so far? I just came off of this conference call, and it was amazing in regards to just understanding the mindset it takes to really win. You know, and I did they're probably on the call now. I've been doing launch calls. I did one with Mr. Aaron Bird. I did one with a couple of other leaders. And I want you guys to understand the key to getting a spaceship off the ground is the launch. It's not when it's in orbit. So the mistake that people are making is the way they're launching other people. And the reason they're launching other people incorrectly is not because they don't know. It's because they're in a specific mindset. They're in a casual mindset. They're caught up in their own feelings and their own emotions. They're in their own. Is everybody getting this? Are you guys following what I'm saying? See, what happens is you can already be an ETL and RD and RVP, even an SVP in my position or Mr. Al Thomas' position. But if you aren't in the right state, you actually kill your young before they are given a chance to give birth. Because you aren't in the right mindset. You got a new person on the team. You got 2 or 3 new people, but because you're in a lackadaisical state, you are transferring that energy to the new person. You have to get into an emergency state. That emergency state does not mean you got 5 and 6 whys or things to do. You have one thing to do and one thing only, and that is to get that person paid and start developing a leader. See, the onset of the conversation, I want you to imagine that you're having a stimulating conversation with a man or a woman or you're dating. That first conversation will either bless you or haunt you for the rest of that relationship. Does that make sense? You guys follow me on that so far? Because you're bringing your greatest representative to that table. When you launch somebody in this business, you're bringing the greatest representative and it's going to duplicate itself out. So if you don't have all the directions in front of you, I call it Betty Crocker. It's amazing how you're given the directions, you buy the cake mix, you go into the kitchen, you get all the ingredients, and when it's time to actually go to work, you take the directions and you throw them in the trash and say, I got this. Not understanding that success is an open book test. There's no trickery here. You don't have to guess. You don't have to figure out how to have a win in this business. We are giving you the answers, and you look at them and you're like, I don't know, I'm not sure. What if I try it this way? That's just called crackish. I don't know who gave you the pipe. Don't do it. That's just crackish. It's like, well, you know, I'm gonna, how do you pay for a burger and then on Tuesday, this is not Popeyes, and eat it on Friday, letting it sit on the counter? How do you pay for your distributorship on Tuesday and not get qualified until Thursday, Friday of the next week? How do you not get so excited? You know, when I got into this business, we had kits back then. I was so excited to start this business. I could not wait. What's the first thing I gotta do? Get qualified. Done. What's the next thing I gotta do? Make a list. Done. What's the next thing I gotta do? This was from Saturday to Sunday. On Sunday, he said, you know what? He was about to leave town, but he'll stay around and he'll do a presentation for you if you can put 10 people in the room. Done. I had 12 people in the room in less than a 3-hour notice. My excitement was it was so high to just walk off my job. My emergency to make money. When you get that type of feeling, there's no logic behind it. Try to explain excitement. Try to explain love. You can't. It's an emotion. You're losing. And when I say you, I'm talking generally. I'm not talking to the cast here on the screen. I'm just very passionate about what I'm saying. You lose because you go logical. You're trying to go 100 miles per hour in neutral. That don't even make no sense. Like you're going to coast to the SVP and RVP position. Everything that you do, you have to do with urgency. Great minds make fast decisions and change their minds slow. Weak minds take a long time to make up their mind and change their mind fast. You got to get great at identifying and seeing people. If someone says, I need a lot of time to make up their mind over a $200 investment to change their entire family tree, run. Run. I mean, I don't even want to, what? You need a couple of days to think about it. I so understand. What was your name again? Don't worry about it. I'm not going to remember it anyway, but it was so nice meeting you. I don't even want to know you. Whatever you have, it's worse than COVID. It may be contagious. I don't want your kids to know my kids. I don't want you to play with my friends. I don't want you to come to my house. I don't want you in my neighborhood. I don't want you around anything that you, in fact, here, I got some spray, nigga, what? Here, hold on. I need to just leave, just leave, just go. No, it's not personal. I'm just being I'm just self-preserving because, this stuff is some wild stuff going on today, and I think you got it. The hell out. Just gonna pour apple vinegar all over you, just here. Get away. We spend more time on the wrong people. Now, while you're listening to this, you need to ask yourself, am I the wrong person? You should look in the mirror. Ask yourself, or am I the right person? I see all these social media pictures. I'm living a wonderful life. You crackhead. You are not living a wonderful life. I mean, quiet desperation and misery is amazing. You know the people living an amazing, like a really amazing life? You don't see them because they're living a really amazing life. They aren't posing saying, did the light hit me right? Did I get my makeup on? Well, let me see. Hold on. There's only two people that are entitled to be on social media. Those that have already achieved a level of success that they are actually living the life, and those that own a social media company. If you are not, let me tell you, I'm just going to come real. You guys want some coffee this morning. I'm just going to keep it black. If you don't have at minimum RVP behind your name, get the hell off of social media. Well, I'm trying to get some customers. How many did you get this week? Did you get 10? Get the hell off of social media. The hell are you doing there? What, are you lonely? You want some friends? It's amazing. Call me. I'll give you a virtual hug. Then go back to go back to work. I'm sorry, God. I'm just on one this morning. It's just, and I get it. I get it because I was diseased with it as well. I totally understand. Because it's addicting. It's the modern 21st century television. It instead of you watching it, it allows you to get in the movie as an extra. I mean, you ain't getting paid no money for it. I mean, you're looking, the actual human being is looking for validation. They're looking to be loved. They're looking to be liked. They want to sit out. They want to sit there. They want the world to, you know how you get validation? You know how I get validation? I go to the bank. I go to the bank. I look at my letters that come in and say, you are an accredited investor. You should go get one of those papers. Some of you guys look like, what's that? What's an accredited investor? You should get that FICO score that says 800 or above. You should get that Dun & Bradstreet that has over 5 lines of credit against it, so you're never using your personal credit. You should be making enough money out of ACN that you are truly having a camera crew take a picture. You aren't doing selfies. You got a camera crew. You should have one of those. See that? Look at Mr. Al Thomas. That's what you should have. At minimum, platinum, but you definitely want to get a black one. I love black myself. I love black myself. I love black myself. I'm just saying. Just saying. You know, you don't have to go on march or tell me that Black Lives Matter when you got a black card. Your life matters. Let's just keep it real. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm out the box. I'm just going to keep it real. Because this is about creating wealth. This is about creating, changing your family tree. This is about being obsessed with being able to do things that can change, that give you choices. It's not even about the money. It's about designing a life, becoming the architect of your life. You might want to write that down. I need to be, and you're never too old or too young to do it. If you wake up every day in your life, you have the power of being the architect of your life. Some people are like, well, I'm so young, I have my whole life ahead. I'm so old, I don't know if I could. What excuse are you going to use to fail? Like the same excuse you're going to use to not work out, not take care of your tempo, not use your body. It's like, I was talking and I was like looking at my partner and one of my students. He's like, well, we were talking about health and we were talking about, okay, so I'm going to start I'm going to start getting in shape on Monday because today is Thursday. I want to start right now, but it's my sister's birthday. So I don't want to, my sister's birthday, we going to eat this weekend. So Monday's going to be good. I can't work it on Monday because Wednesday is it. Wednesday I got a lunch. So next Thursday, well, Thursday that's the end of the week. You don't want to start, getting in shape at the end of the week. You want to start at the beginning of the week. So, okay, on the 1st of September, oh shit, the kids go back to school. How am I going to work out okay. Hell, how about just January 1st? No, they got bowl games. I'm going to be hungover because of the bowl games. So we'll do it on the 3rd of your brain. Is anybody getting what I'm saying? Are you guys following me on that? We do that with the business. So I want you guys to get this. So, I mean, the mentality of, so I was doing a game strategy with an RVP and an RD, and the RD is on an RVP run. And the RVP is amazing. She might be on here. I'm sure she might. I love my family. So, but going into it, what they had broken down, or specifically he had broken down, is that the average person getting 40 customer points, and I forgot how they broke down the numbers. I'm going somewhere with this. And I said, if we rewind to the beginning of my conversation, it's how your conversation starts. When you meet a soulmate, it's how your conversation starts. As you launch a brand new person, it's how your conversation starts. Everyone is not going to be a star, but I treat everybody like they're going to be my next SVP, and mentally I discount them to believe that they're going to quit the next day. So I'm not telling them they're going to quit the next day. I just don't have any expectation. I don't get attached. My emotions can't get attached to understanding the ratio and how people operate, because I don't have time to be let down, if that makes sense. But I'm going to treat them every moment that they show up for themselves. Listen to the words. I'm going to treat them every day they show up for themselves as my next SVP. So long as you show up as an SVP every day, I'm going to treat you like an SVP. The moment you position yourself, just so that you're clear. That's why I'm saying the call to action. Notice how I keep bringing that back at the end of this call is you got a 30-day emergency, or if you're brand new, you got a 90-day emergency. You choose powerfully. Your job is to go look for the person who has the greatest investment in you. Now, I'm telling you right now, whoever your SVP, RVP is on this call, and you don't call your RD and above, then you should fail. You're committing to fail. You're like, well, I have people say, well, I just don't, Mr. Thomas, you're so busy. I don't want to waste your time. You're wasting my time by even being in my organization if you aren't calling me. And you're wasting even more of my time if you aren't doing anything about it. Because my job description was to find you who wanted to change their life. And now you're saying you're going to go change your life and come back and tell me about it after you did it and then want me to help you. That is the most stupid rationale I've ever heard in my life. I hear it every freaking day. It's like, I don't want to waste your time, so I'm going to go and do this, and then I'm going to get back at you, and then we're going to work it together because I just know how busy you are. Fool, I'm busy because I'm helping somebody. You're supposed to be helped. That's my job description. That's our job description. That's our description. Our job is to help somebody. Will you let us help your ass? Jesus. You suffocate. You take all the air out of the room because you're stinking thinking. I'm sorry, I don't know how I got there. God, work with me here. So anyway, as I was saying, they were breaking down the numbers of how to go RVP. And they were doing 40, 40, 40, 40. I said, in the last month, in the last 6 months, in the last year, how many people came to your organization and got 40 points? I said, that's just not even, that doesn't even make any sense to me. I said, I'm not, but I also did the disclaimer. I said, if you believe that everyone comes in, they can get 40 points, you can help them get 40 points, then far be it from me. I will never take away somebody's belief system. It's not normal. I said, I've only seen the ratio of that happen 3 times in the history of the time I've been in this business. And I've been in 25 years. The first one was called tag team. They were averaging 5,000 brand new open line production IBOs qualified every 30 days. Never been done before to date in one country on one service. It was a culture. Second wave, the only time I saw it happen, was out of Canada. And it was with Simon, Franco, and that entire team. And let me tell you, there's always a reason. The only reason they have the smallest organization with the highest ratio of customers is because in the first 5 years, the actual utility company itself, every Saturday, trained the entire team. So I want you to imagine if you're in the United States and Edison didn't just partner up, or we just partnered with AT&T. They didn't just partner with us, but the entire staff of AT&T, from the CEO to all of the people in sales and marketing, came to your Saturday training every week for over 5 years. Do you think that your Saturday meeting would be over 6,000 people a week? And do you think that they would know every nuance about that one product or service to be able to go out there and market it? It was a very blessed time. They are very blessed. It was timing. That was the second time I saw it. And the third time that I've seen it has been, God, thank you, in my organization, underneath Renata and Boris. Not because specifically of Renata and Boris, but because Jewish people work differently. And we control the entire Hasidic Jewish community, where they come to the meetings, not even knowing what meeting they come to, with bills in their hand. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I was sitting outside. It was a room of 300 people. This kid walks up at 21 years old, arrogant as all heaven. He's like, look, I don't even know what this is. My friend told me to come. What is this? He said, he told me to bring my bills. I dare you to go tell a black person, go to a meeting, they don't know where they're going, and bring your bills. You'd be like, what? You would bring my bills? For what? I need explanation. I need some understanding. You better break this. No, they just came. That's how much, but it's a cultural thing. There's that much love and respect. And it's the only other 3 times in the history of 25 years have I ever seen it. So here was the solution. For me, I said, you got to find a strategy that works for you. Anybody want that strategy? When I lead, I have, and they're probably on the call, I have at least 4 phase 1s getting started right now. They're on fire. One got 30 points in their first 2 days. The other one hit ETL in the first 3 days of this conversation, all off of the emergency conversation of 90 days. I want to know exactly what you need to do in that 90 days. I use the example of getting a car so you guys can fully understand it. Hypothetically, Patricia says, my emergency is I need a car. My car has been breaking down. The brakes are going out. The combustion, I keep having to put it in the shop. What kind of car do you want? I want a BMW. What kind of BMW? I want an X7. What color do you want? I want it black on black. What kind of rims do you want? I want 22 inches. What color is the interior? It's tan. Okay, what do you want, a brand new? I want a brand new one. I get that why, and I'm taking Patricia to the dealership this weekend. I want her to smell it. This is going to lead into, Mr. Al Thomas, the vision board for next Friday and the completion board. This is part of vision and understanding. I need to touch it. I need to feel it. I need to see it. I need to know what it is. If it's your IRS and you owe $7,000, I need to see your IRS bill. I need to see the taxes coming at you. I want to see everything that came. Bring it over here to my house, because every time you give me an excuse in that 90 days, I'm going to flash up that, see that IRS right there? Am I fighting for your IRS? I don't owe 7,000. You owe 7,000. You say I'm fighting for my child. Do you see this child right here? It's my child now. We got a problem. We're married. I'm married to both Frank and Patricia. Both y'all better get your ass out the bed. We need to go get, what are we doing? We getting qualified in 24 hours. This is why. If you lied to me, then I need to quit right now. Don't let me be more committed to your dream than you're committed to your own. We're going into a 90-day emergency. I want you sacrificing like I'm sacrificing. I become you. That's how you get people's success. We become interchangeable on that why. Whatever it is we got to do. Now, for the seasoned people, let's get into how we vision, or how I envision. If I started and Mr. Al Thomas started, we sat down and brainstormed. We're doing numbers. We're numbers people. I'm saying, okay, what's the first thing that they show you that makes you get into this business? You might want to write this down. Residual income. What's the first way that you get paid? You get up to. I don't want to hear crap about up to. It said 20%. How the hell do I get 20%? This is my conversation. I'm not playing. This is my new leaders of what I'm doing with them. I'm like, I'm not wavering. If you want anything less than 20%, we need to quit now. If you're going to try to get 20%, I don't leave money on the table. We're going to fight like hell till we get 20%. Now that may happen. I'm not going to put a time limit on, like you have to get that, because it's like giving birth to a child. You don't rush the baby to come out the womb, but it's going to take us maybe 30 to 60 days with the strategy that I have. But that baby's popping out in 60 days. You're going to have 200 points. It's a 60-day limit. And we are not aborting this baby. So let's look at the marketing plan and understand that's the first thing. That's the most important thing. Why? Let me understand why. Because you can't ask somebody else to do something that you're not going to do. Now, is everybody going to get the 200? No. You have to have a discernment for a person who is sold out when they come in, that why is big enough to go fight for what we're talking about. Is this making sense? Are you guys following me on this so far? So much deeper than we have the time for. I don't even know what time it is. Okay, I'm good. Once I've identified that, then we're going to go into the launching of that individual. But then before we launch the individual, I want to break down so they understand how the customer acquisition works. I want to spend more time or invest more time in them understanding where the money lives for long-term residual income than the now money, so that they don't have a microwave mentality about their money. Make sense? Because if they learn the market share and customer acquisition and can teach that, then you have no control over if a business takes off like a bionic leg, like a Mr. Al Thomas or Byron Nelson, or if it doesn't. That's just work. The harder you work, the luckier you get. That has nothing to do with you. You have no control over the momentum of an organization except to put in enough people that it takes off without you. I hope somebody got that conversation. You have no control over pushing the envelope or pushing somebody, driving somebody. You have all the control over building a large enough organization, a stable with enough horses that 3 of them are in that stable and they jump over the fence and they're like, I'm out. I want you guys to get, God, this is so good because I didn't mean to go there. See, thank you, God. Watch this. I want you to listen. Are you listening there? And you with me? Because I knew you were looking for this. Look at what I'm saying here. You got the stable, right? Everybody with me? Pat, you with me? You got the stable. You got 3 horses. 3 horses in that stable. They will move slow as molasses because they got all the room and space in the world. If I have that same stable and I put 100 horses in it, they're like, I need to get the hell out. I'm a hare. I'm a Mustang. I'm meant to run. I'm not hanging out. The 3 that are the Mustangs, that are the wild horses, they gonna jump the hell out of there. But you can have a Mustang and have just 3 in there. They can stay there for a lifetime. until you fill up that stable with a whole bunch of horses, some lame, some slow, some fast, but the Mustangs, I gotta go. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what direction I'm going in, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not hanging out with all y'all. I'm supposed to be in the wind. Does everybody get that? Does everybody understand that conversation? It's an amazing conversation. So when I'm building my organization, I'm looking for 15 Mustangs. Or I should say this, I'm looking for 15 potential Mustangs. 15 potential Mustangs can go get 200 points. How do I find the 15 potential Mustangs? The guaranteed equation is 150 horses. Now you could put 150 IBOs in the business in a year, or you could be like Al Thomas and have done it in 1 month. You say, well, I don't know how to, but Mr. Thomas does. So what the hell is wrong with you? You've never asked him how to put 150 IBOs in the business for 1 month. You're just asking how I get to ETL. How do I get to RVP? How do I get a stature? How do I get a position? You aren't asking, how do I make money and put, has anybody called him? I stand corrected. If anybody's ever called him and said, you know what? I need to know how to put 150. I will send you $500 today if you can tell me that you called Mr. Al Thomas, you're on his team, and you asked him, I need to know how to put 100 qualified IBOs in the business this month. I'll send you $500, Cash App, no questions asked, because I know nobody's done it. No questions asked. You're looking for a title. No matter how much I keep saying, stop looking for a title, you're looking for a title. Which is cray to me. Now, I'm putting 150 in there. That's the guaranteed. I could probably find my 15 with 100. That's a certain that I'll find them, but I'm going to have a good eye. You can actually find 15 Mustangs, potential Mustangs, with 50. So if 150 is too big for you to think about, because maybe you're not an RD, and 100's a stretch, I can assure you, you will find 15 within 50. You aren't going to find 15 Mustangs, but you'll find 15 potential Mustangs. That means they're hoping to be a Mustang. And that's really all you need to get to RVP. Because if I'm playing the game and see, I had to rewind this. I want to make this so clear. I hope this is helping somebody. I had to dissect this for myself. I really had to break this crap down for myself, because I was just like, because it's kind of intimidating, right? First, we only have to get 60 points to qualify. Then it's 100 points. Now it's 200 points. And yes, we get 200, but it can be intimidating depending on when you came into the game. And even for a new person, you say 200 points, you're like, oh shit, right? In your head, it's just a lot. And I was like, I don't want to lead somebody. In my head, I'm conflicted. I'm like, I don't want to tell them you got to go get 200 points. But then I'm looking at the marketing plan and saying, you can't get 20% unless you get 200 points. We are not leaving any money on the table. I need 15 people that don't want to leave any money on the table. Are you one of them? You have to ask pre-qualifying questions in the onset. Are you one of them? I want to get you every dollar in this marketing plan. Are you one of them? And I'm going to ask all 100 horses, are you one of them? And I promise you, 15 will be like, hell yeah, I'm the one. I'm not going to. And some are going to do it fast, and some are going to do it slow. Now watch this. There's a mastery to this. 200 points times 15 people. Has anybody done the math yet? 200 points times 15 people. I think if I'm good on math, that's about 3,000 points. 3,000 points, I think, comes out to RVP. Right? 3,000 points, Mr. Thomas, is RVP, right? Well, should I put them in one leg or I should put them on the other? This is an advanced conversation, but I'm going to tell you my philosophy. You should do both. You just need to choose which one you're going to do first. If you build strategically in 4, 5, 6 legs, you're going to get security. If you build wide, you're going to get paid in full. At the end of the day, you need to do both. Go to your upline for the best strategy of whichever one you want to do first. But at the end of the day, you're still going to need 15 lines. So hypothetically, if I go and I get Patricia and she signs up as a gas customer, it doesn't count. If I sign up Pat as a cell phone customer, it doesn't count. If I sign up Ishmael as an identity theft, it doesn't count. I know you're asking, what do you mean, Mr. Nelson, it doesn't count? Here's what I'm telling you. My strategy for bringing in this brand new person, right? This brand new person being Patricia, her only job is to, and I just launched somebody last night at midnight over this conversation, and he's so excited about it. His only job is to identify 10 households, family households, not individuals. I said, individually, you will kill yourself in the long run playing the individual game. I said, I want you to imagine right now, if you got home security, right now, that's called Vivint, that's 8 points. I want you to imagine if you got ID Seal on an annual plan, that's 8 points. And if you throw in on top of that, one of the other things that's at the checkout stand, which could be a cell phone, that could be gas or anything else. I said, the first thing is to get you the PhD so I can get you paid in office. I'm not worried about all the rest of this crap. I need you to get you your degree. So getting you your degree means you need to take the path of least resistance. So if you find a household that has 3 to 5 services, where my house alone has 17 services. I said, I have 3 house lines, a business line, a personal line, and a fax line. That's 3 phones. I have Vivint, that's number 4. I have internet, that's number 5. I have gas, that's number 6. My house by itself has 17 services. So if you find a household with a family and you make it a minimum to sign up 3, preferably 5 services, leaning on the emotion, then you're looking at an average household being equal to about 20 points. 20 points divided into 200 comes down to 10 households. So I don't care if I sign up Melissa on sale, that doesn't count. Everything else is gravy. I hope somebody, I see Pat's having an epiphany here. If only 3 of you get this conversation, God is allowing me to do my job. Because this is what you call straight surgery. This is not your normal conversation. If the average person goes out there and they target and focus, no distractions, 10 households, not 10 customers, with a minimum of 20 points per household, what's easier, to go get 200 points, 100 customers, or 10 households? So I went out this week and I got 3 households, but I might have signed up 5 more customers. They didn't count. That's icing on the cake. So my long-term plan, my year urgency, my 90-day emergency, all tie together. I have a 90-day emergency and I have a year of urgency. And here's the game plan. We're going to bring in all these horses. One is going to hit ETL, get 30 points and quit and think they did something. Another person is going to go get 60 points. Another person is going to sit up there and they're going to become a builder. They're going to bring in a whole lot of people, and all their people are going to get 5, 10, 15, 20 points because they are never going to do more than what the leader did. And then I'm going to stumble across somebody who says, oh, no, I'm not leaving no money on the table. Found one. Here's a backdoor understanding of what I'm saying. You don't have to go find leaders. Everybody's saying, go find leaders. Go find leaders. Go find leaders. Go find leaders. You will never find a leader. Why, Mr. Nelson? Because you're not one. As you become a leader, you will attract a leader. As I become a professional basketball player, they will want me on their team. As I become the #1 doctor in podiatry, they will want me in their hospital. As I become the #1 attorney, every firm will want to make me a partner. Until I develop myself into becoming a beast and a master. There's no age attached to this. There's no color, there's no race, there's no isms, there's no racism, feminism, nepotism. There's just you and listening to my voice in one silent room saying you were born to be great, or there's no way you would be in my presence right now. There's no way you could hear this voice, no matter how much you lack confidence, no matter how much you don't understand. God does not make mistakes. There's no way you could be aligned with me and Mr. Thomas and not be born to know that you can succeed. The only way you can fail is like the body. Do you know you physically have to take your body and thrust it in front of a driving truck and pray that it runs over you 3 times as an 18-wheeler to die? Do you know no matter how much you attempt to kill yourself, how many people are using drugs, how many people are drinking alcohol, how many people are going to depression, how much they want to try and kill themselves in their own mind? Do you know how difficult it is to kill the human body, that it was born and it fights like hell? Even when you're cold, it fights like hell to live. It wants to live, that you were born to just thrive and not just exist. Do you know how freaking amazing you are? And you're living in your mind a mediocre life? Do you get how freaking awesome you really are? You think you're accidentally on this freaking call? You have to commit to death in our space to not win. Why are you living so small in your own mind? This is not difficult. As I develop myself, I attract others like me, and they want what I want. They see what I see. They love what I love. They commit the way I commit. Because it's not the focus. And I've been sharing this in the last 3 nights of calls. You're right now looking in here in the camera. You're looking in the camera. You're looking in the camera. Everybody want to tell you to focus. You got to focus. You got to focus. Freak focus. If your child comes in through this door right now crying, it's not the focus, it's your distractions. Until you learn how to diminish and get rid of your distractions, every picture you take will be a blur picture that comes out unfocused. You're already focused on SVP. You're already focused on getting customers. You're already focused on massive residual income. You're already focused on success. How come I'm not where I want to be? Not because you aren't going in the right direction, but because you have not learned how to eliminate the distractions. You know why I got everything around me? Why I got my nuts around me? I got my fruit around me. I got my avocado right here on the desk. I got 2 avocados. I got my lemons right here. I got a whole bottle of mineral stuff, whatever this NutriPlus, somebody gave it to me. I was like, I'll try it, because I got $10,000 worth of other network marketing company products. But this is actually a really good product, but it's all minerals. You know why I got my liquid turmeric right here? You know why I got my black cherry right here? You know, I got everything right here. I got everything, my keto, my library, everything that feeds my body, my mind, and my soul. I got my push-up bars right here. I got my roller blade for my abs right here. If you haven't listened to Feed today, y'all need to go listen to Feed from last night. I was on one. It will change your life. I went from 16.3 down to 13.2 body fat. I'll be at 12.4 within less than 7 days. I'm sculpted from head to toe. I got everything from, you name it. You talk about blue beanie or whatever else, and stuff, black caviar for my eyes, everything for my skin. I did 2 facials in last week. I got my Bible right here. I got my scrolls right here. I got the Dead Sea Scrolls. I got everything spiritually to be able to get into my word. I got everything I need right here. Because if it's not right here, then the first thing I'm looking for when I'm tired and I'm fatigued is I need to get something to drink. And there's juice in the refrigerator, or there's soda in the refrigerator. I'm going to get some chips over here. I'm going to grab this over there. I'm going to turn on Instagram or Insta, whatever the hell they call it. I'm going to turn on Crackbook or Facebook. If I don't have the right things up and I'm not feeding. If I don't have Mr. Al Thomas on speed dial. If I don't have Mr. Bird on speed dial. If I don't have Greg Propazano on speed dial. If I don't have the other people that I have as mentors and coaches, what the hell are you doing? Well, what are you doing? And to hear them, and see, they aren't even going to have time for me or you, because we don't have time for each other. It's like, okay, what's going on? What do you need? Da, da, da. I was like, well, shit, I must not be doing something, because everybody busy but me. What the hell are you doing? What, you caught up in your feelings in your own head trying to figure out what to do? The game plan's already written out for you. There's only 2 things we do. You might want to trick your mind into going to go get 200 no's today. Why don't you, just go get 10. Let's start at 10. Let's do it like we're in the gym. I'm going to hold you up. If you're female, I got you right here at your torso, and we're going to do 3 push-ups. Then we're going to do 5 tomorrow. Then we're going to do 10. I want you to go get 10 no's. Stop going to look for 10 yeses. Stop feeling like you're defeated. Why don't you go get a win? Go get 10 no's. Then figure out how to get 20 no's. What, you want to make some money? Oh, jeez. They didn't tell me what to do with somebody who wants to make some money. I just have 2 questions. I'm texting you. I'm working on a project. I'm doing a survey. Do you want to make some money or do you want to save some money? Answer 1. I want to do both. No, you have to answer 1. Is it a pyramid? See, you're that person. I got one stupid person. Thank you. Next. Why don't you go get 10 no's? Go have fun with it. Make it a comedy hour. I'm just texting to see how smart my friends are. I have a survey. If you have a choice, to make money or save money, which would you choose? I want to save money. Ah, how outstanding. I'll get back to you tomorrow. Write it down. Just do it. How hard is this freaking business? How long does it take you to text 20 people a day, every day for 1 year? That's all you have to do is contact. Well, what do I say? Well, how do I talk to real estate people? Well, how do I talk to rich people? How do I talk to black people? How do I talk to these people? How do I get into Peru? How do I get into Korea? How am I going to reach the people on Mars? Well, how do I talk to my parents? Well, how do I talk to short people? Well, how do I talk to, how much money? Well, what are the rates? Can I understand more? I need some more information on the products. I need product training. Oh my God, when's the next one? What the hell? What are we doing on this call? Jesus, no. My God, no. I'm done. It's 10:01. Y'all got everything you need. 10 no's. Sorry, I'm about that window. 10 no's a day. Yes, Mr. Thomas. 10 no's a day and make your bills go away. 20 will make you rich. 30 will change your family tree. I'll say it again. Those are the reps every day. 10 no's a day will make your bills go away. 10 no's a day will make your bills go away. 20 will make you rich. 30 will change your family tree. If you learn how to get 30 no's a day, the yeses will find you. And that's a good problem to have if you don't know what to do with the yeses. Just keep going to get the no's and you'll figure out what to do with the yeses. And then you'll learn the next level of getting yourself out of the way. Just say, I would love to, and all you're looking for is an emphatic yes. Before I clap, hey, you want to make some money? I mean, you want to make some money? Say, I want to make some money. Do you really want to make some money? Hell yeah. Okay, that's all I want is a hell yeah. I don't want anything. Well, it sounds interesting. Well, I need some information. Well, what is it exactly? No. Those are all no's. It sounds good. Send me some information. Those are all no's. Well, when's the next meeting? Those are all no's. Well, I need to know when I can get on the next call. Those are all no's. The person who hasn't eaten in 3 days and you ask them if they're hungry is going to say hell to the yes. I haven't freaking eaten in 3 days. And that's the only person I want to work with in this COVID time, in this flu time, in this black bludemic time, in this whatever time you call it. I don't care what time it is. The only time in my life I want to work with somebody is somebody says, hell yes, I'm tired. What do you have? Last quick story. I am done. The guy who actually Dom had him bring him as my trainer and I'm mentoring him and he coaches me. Dom and I sat down with this guy 3 years ago. Massively successful. He was in sales, marketing, has made, obnoxious amount of money. We aren't talking about money here, but has done well. Beautiful family. We sat down with him over dinner or breakfast. And like, it's one of those dismissive kind of looks. Y'all have seen that before, like almost arrogant. Not in a bad way. It was just the timing. He was very humble. He had an amazing spirit. Even back then, he was just like, this isn't my cup of tea. 3 years later, everything in his life has changed. Everything. His mind, and we sat on the call last night, and he was just like, I couldn't finish one sentence. You ever been in that relationship with somebody who's like, da, da, da. See, that's when you want that person that is cutting. You think it's rude. You're like, well, you just listen to them. But you're like, no, because that's the sign. That's the sign. I'm like, and this is, you know what? I'm like, this is going to be a long ass presentation, but I'm with it. However long it's going to take, because he's hungry. He's getting it. I'm loving it. And you got to be able to take a step back, take your little hat off, and so you're no longer, because anybody else, you could be there and be the bomb. You could be the boss. Me and Mr. Al Thomas can sit there and we're XYZ, and we're going to go through those. But we sit in front of 100 people. I'll take one person who cuts me off all the time, engaged in the conversation, over 1,000 people that sit there acting intelligent, just listening to me. The more he interrupted, the more I got excited. The more he's like, yeah, and the residual income. And yeah, I was thinking about that as far, and I got all these people over here, and I got friends. Are we in Korea? Oh my God, I'm like, you the one. If you go out there and work hard, you've heard it before. I mean, stop thinking, just do the work. It's a contact sport. The harder you work, the luckier you get. You are gonna accidentally, if there's such a thing, get rich in this business. The one who just contacts the most amount of people in a day consistently over a long period of time will by default stumble across 10 Al Thomases and 10 Byron Nelsons that will make you rich despite your ego, despite your arrogance, despite your lack of coachability, despite your because we're those Mustangs. Our success had nothing to do with us. We just put enough horses in that corral and the Mustangs jumped the hell out. Because we understand, because we were those Mustangs. I am complete. I turn it back over to you, Mr. Thomas. Follow-up Fridays, August is in full effect.
Woo-hoo! Reset button, everybody. Push that reset button. Yep. Lord have mercy. You were born to be great. Stop thinking. Once again, he said, stop thinking and just do the freaking work. Some of you like quit paralysis of analysis. Wow. That's all I'm going to say. Tonight at 6 o'clock, happy hour with Al. I might have to go back through some of this. This will be posted on the channel later today. I advise every one of you go back and watch it 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times and take a bunch of notes. Some of y'all listen, and I'm watching through here. Only like a few of you took notes. Some of you couldn't see your face because maybe you didn't have your wig on, your hair wasn't pointed.
I didn't do my makeup this morning.
But man, I did 3 facials in the last 2 days. So I understand exactly what he's talking about. But here again, the blessing is this, folks. He gave you an arsenal of information. Go deep in one. I mean, I took note after. I got 5 pages over here. I don't know how many some of y'all got, but I got. And I'm going to regurgitate some of these tonight. Tonight, our happy hour. Wow, we're going to talk about Sam's Club and the impossible. A little bit fun. Mr. Nelson, thank you so much, sir. You did. Can we show Mr. Nelson some love, y'all? Come on now. Come on. You know y'all, every one of y'all got.
Oh, can I make an announcement? What time is happy hour tonight?
6 o'clock p.m.
Okay, I'm doing holistic health at 5 for anybody that wants to be healthy. Just contact me. You guys got access to Al and the rest of the family. Every leader in here should have it. But I have something on health that I just want everybody to know about as far as staying healthy so we can get wealthy. And I'm getting on happy hour right after my calls, just so you guys know. I'm going to be on happy hour tonight.
Went to my doctor. I've lost 8, 9 pounds. I got my waist size down, body fat down. I'm walking twice a day. I'm all about the health thing, man. I'm tell you what, this situation has got me even healthier. My doctor said, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. So he checked under the hood and kicked the tires, changed the oil, and everything's good for me. So I got a clean bill of health 2 days ago. So here again, that's what I'm talking about, man. I
know how Al stays healthy. He gets rid of all negative people.
That's true.
I am allergic. I get hives. People that are unproductive and people that have excuses and people are just whining. Oh shit! I just got a hive.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you something funny before I get off the call. It was saying this situation. I don't like. I hate when people call it COVID. I hate it. You'll never hear me talk about it. That word. That's negative.
I know, anyway, right?
The situation was over, and it was somebody sent me a text. It was in Spanish, and it was a husband and wife rushing to the door to get out. And they both were about that big. And they looked at each other and said, so now what do we do? Folks, stay healthy. See everybody tonight at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast time. God bless. Thank you. Implement what you heard. Just don't be doers of it like the Bible's to be. Don't not hearers, but be doers of what you got. God bless, Mr. Nelson. Thank you so much. Everybody, good evening. Good morning. God bless. Bye-bye.